Hi, my YouTube family. So, what's on your agenda for today? Well, as for me, not much. It's Friday, so my plan now is to make a little bit of beef soup, and I'm gonna take you on the journey with me, right? So, let's get on with it. For me, I don't have any beef bone. I use whatever I find in the fridge, and what I find in the fridge at this time is beef short ribs. So that's what I'm going to be using to make my beef soup. So I have that, and don't say anything. I'm putting two bananas in it. Yep, two green bananas going in my soup. It's not manish water. It's beef soup, but bananas going in there. And I have a piece of white yam. I'm going to add that to it. And of course, there's no soup without pumpkins. So I have pumpkins. I'm going to finish that up. And I have two carrots here. I have some garlic, some scallions, some onions, the secret sauce, a hot pepper, and some fresh thyme, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing, using to make my beef soup. I'm going to just spin it around and turn it around, and I'm sure it's going to come out right, right? What could go wrong? So you and I are going to go through this process, and I'm sure you're going to what? Love it. Our beef, nice and clean. Looks like a lot of meat, guys, but it's not really a lot. Are you still eating leftovers from Christmas? That's not what we're going for today. So Thursday we had some. Yesterday we had some, right? Today we didn't have any of it yet. I don't think I'm quite through with it. He didn't want that anymore. He wants something different, aka fresh. So, guys, that's hilarious. So, I'm gonna be making some soup. I also, feel for this hot soup here. It's very cold outside. Meat is not washed without, I wouldn't say not washed, but I use vinegar to clean my meat. Vinegar and lemon. We're gonna clean it with some lemons, right? Like I said, I like to keep my lemon close to the meat so I can get that rind, not just the lemon juice, but that rind that comes from the lemon to go on it to just take away that meaty smell that I don't like. This fatty piece here, you gotta get rid of that. No one needs this. Much better. So guess what, guys? My meat is nice and clean. So guess what I'm gonna do? Instead of just do it the traditional way that I used to do it, where I just put it in the boiling water and let the meat cook, lately I find that I want a little bit of burnt, fresh taste to the meat. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna season it up. I'm gonna put it in the air fryer, let it get a little bit of frying going on. You know, drain the oil, and then I'll add it to my soup pot. So let me tell you what I'm putting on it. I'm putting here some all-purpose seasoning. You know, use your judgment. Nothing plenty, just the tubes. I'm putting here some garlic powder. Nothing plenty, just the tubes as well. You know, I mean, the judgment is in the hand based on what is in the pot, right? So I'm putting here some Mrs. Dash also because we don't want too much salt. This is the Mrs. Dash original blend. And I'm going to be putting here some more Mrs. Dash table blend. You want a little bit of flavor, right? So that's what's happening. And this here is, of course, you know what this is. This is the all-purpose Maggi. So I'll put a little bit of that on it, you know, and just a little, not a lot. Just a few shakes. There's not much coming out. Shake it up. Get it loose, right? Just a little bit. So that's enough Maggi. And a little black pepper, right? Just a little, not much. Just a little black pepper. And that's it. So now I'm done with all of this. Let's get those out of the way. Back in the cupboard. Rub this onto the meat, right? Give it a little flavor. Look at it. It's all seasoned up, right? All seasoned up and ready. Gonna have some nice beef soup, right? I don't know how you make your beef soup, but this is what I'm doing. I'm just trying out something. So you could do your something in your kitchen, but you and I are going to be cooking this something together, right? So put it in our air fryer. Yeah, I'm missing this thing. Of course, we're not looking to cook the meat in the air fryer. It's going to cook in the pot with the water, right? But I just want to get a little bit of frying going on. So I'm going to put it all in here. Let it get started. But we'll see, just enough to fit in the air fryer. Just enough. So look, guys. So I'm going to put it in the air fryer and let it start to get a little fry on, right? So this is how our beef looks after a little bit of air frying. So now we're going to get it in a pot with the boiling water. And then it will continue to finish cook here and tenderize. So like this, it's sort of a little bit of searing. We got rid of the oil, right? So now it's nice and good just the way I like it, you know? Perfect. And then my soup will be just right, not too much oil or grease on top of the soup. And then all this oil that would have been in my soup goes into the sink, right? So that works. So we'll let it cook, let the meat tenderize, and then we'll go on with it with the provisions and come down to to the best part, the finished product very soon, but still some distance away. So let it go on simmer. So guys, guess what? While that beef takes its time and tenderize, I'm getting a little bit hungry and I can't rush that, right? And it's still early. It's 3 o'clock, so that's going to be for dinner around 7. It will ready before 7, but that's when I'll have it. In the meantime, I'm going for some warm up from Christmas, right? So I have some potato salad here, and I have 2 pieces of ribs from Christmas. And I'm going to sit in my, and have this. That special place there that I like to relax in? I'm going to go right over there, have a seat, have this, and take my time and wait for my beef to be fully tenderized. Then we'll come back together and finish up. All right? So see you around that time. Okay, guys, so let's get on with preparing our provisions, right? So, what's going on in your world, guys? Tell me, what are you cooking? Leave a comment, right? How do you make your beef soup? I mean, you gather by now that I don't have a formula for this. There's no specific formula. I just look in my refrigerator, see what I have there, and I work it out and make it happen, right? As long as it comes out and it looks appetizing and it tastes delicious. That's what I'm going for, right? I'm not looking for any kind of a perfection here. You could use whatever is in your kitchen, turn it around and turn it around and make it into something. That's how it is. And of course, we have to put 2 dumplings, right? Absolutely. And the yam, guys, for this type of yam, it's a very soft natured yam. So you don't need to cut it small. You have to cut it, a good level of thickness to it. Because if you will cut it too small, once the soup is finished, there won't be anything left in the pot, right? So, for example, so I'll show you. So this is what I'm peeling. So now you just want to make it into 2 pieces because this is a very soft natured yam. it will fall apart into the soup and you won't have anything to eat when the soup is finished. But with this size, you'll have a piece of yam to eat, right? So that's how that is. And like I tell you, my bananas, you know by now, right? You know how these are going to get peeled. They go down here. This is the traditional cut. This is the traditional cut. And then you would put some oil or something on your hands so the stain doesn't get on your hands. And then you would start taking it apart like this, you know? You would start to take it apart like this. But that's not what's going to happen here. I'm just going to use the knife and take off that peel, right? So that's how you would do it if you have guests. So your banana comes out pretty and it has the nice banana, you know, look to it. When I'm done with it, all of this is gone. You're just going to get a piece of banana. So look guys, not a lot of anything, right? I just have my pumpkins, my banana and my yam, and I have some carrots. Everything is going to go into the pot at once the meat is tender enough. There's not putting in this first and putting in that second and putting in that third. No, no, no. Once the meat is tender, everything goes in. One, two, three. Put the dumplings in. You let it get to a boil, and then so I'm going to now add my provisions, right? So I have my pumpkin, put it in here. And these pumpkin, they're of a good size. But the thing about it is that they're going to boil into the soup and some of it will dissolve into the soup. So everything goes in at the same time because you want to bring everything to a boil. Let's turn this water off. I have some hot water going because in some situations you may need to add some extra water to the pot. And I do not like to add cold water to my soup or to anything that I'm cooking. I always tend to have the kettle going with water in case I need it, okay? So you clean as you go. It makes it so much easier at the end. There's not a pile of stuff in the sink that you have to clean. Clean as you go, right? So nice and prepared now for my dumplings. The same pan, right? So guys, we're not cooking too many dumplings, right? Just 2 3 dumplings. So just a little bit of flour. You can use a measuring cup if you like, but my measuring cup is, or my hands. So it's up to you. And just a little bit of cornmeal, okay? Just to give it that texture that I like. And of course, you already know that I don't have a lot of anything store around here. So it's in the bag just the way it came from the store. And I still have a little bit left over just to add to my next set of dumplings, right? Combine together the cornmeal with the flour. Just a few mixes, right? And then we'll get some water to get the dumplings going. I don't start my dumplings with my hands, as you know by now. I mean, it's perfectly fine to do that, but I don't because I find, you know, it's a longer process to get the flour off my hands when I'm finished. So I don't start with my hands. I just bring it together a little bit with the spoon first, So once it comes together, then I'll go in with my hands and tighten it up. So the flour is at a beautiful consistency with the spoon, right? Beautiful consistency with the spoon. Then I'm going to get my hands ready and go in with my hands to tighten it up, right? So my hands are dumpling ready, right? Now I'm going to tighten my dough. Just roll it around a few times and tighten it up, right? get it ready to make your dumplings. So guys, now my dough is ready. I'll just make my dumplings and get them in the pot, right? Oh wow, guys. That pot is nice and boiling. Are you hungry? Come over to my kitchen. It's okay. My mommy used to run a restaurant. I mean, I'm sure I told you this before, right? So I can find my way around the kitchen. I mean, it shows, right? Now my soup is boiling. Wow, nice, nice. So, yes, guys, this is what's going on in my pot. Now it needs to be boiled and come together nicely and form that nice, rich soup that I'm aiming for. I'm going to put in here now my onions, my garlics, my scallions, and let that just boil into the flavor, right? So, yeah, it's coming along. So, guys, I'm going to get into the pot my natural seasoning. I have some fresh thyme and I have 4 cloves of garlic here. I do go heavy on the garlic. So, 4 cloves of garlic. I have 2 pieces of scallions and a half of onion. So, no need for it to have any kind of a special cuttings because you want this to be completely boiled and dissolved into the soup, right? You want the flavor to come out. The garlic, the garlic, you can just crush it with your spoon or you can do the garlic crusher thing, whatever works for you, but you want the flavor to ooze from your garlic. So, I'm going heavy on the garlic, right? I am going heavy on the garlic. I don't know about you, but in my soup, I like the garlic to really go through, give me that a nice aroma that I like. So I'm going in with the garlic, right? And I want everything to come to a boil. So, guys, for the time, when I'm putting thyme in my soup pot, I don't like to see the thyme leaves on top of the soup at the finish point. So what I do, I had one of those little things that I bought that I could put the thyme in. It's a little thing for herbs and spices, but for some reason it separated and it fell apart. I need to get a new one. So I'm using a foil paper. It does the same thing. I'll put my thyme in here and I'll just turn it around just to make sure that that thyme is covered in there. And then what I'll do, I'll just make some little holes. I'll use a fork to make some holes, right? This way the flavor from the thyme comes through, but not the leaves from the thyme. So I'll put it in this way, right? What I can start to do is to get the powder flavors that's going to give my soup that kick that it needs. And let me see what I've got here. Not these are for my grandsons. I don't use this thing. Um, chicken, no. Oh, chicken again, no. So we have we got some of this here. This is what I need, but just a little bit. So these are the flavors that I'm going to be using in my soup. But guys, I do not want too much of this flavor in my soup. I mean, it gives the soup a very good flavor, but it seems like there's a salt content to it that is very extra for me. You know, it keeps me up at night, if you know what I mean. I don't want to put too much of this content in there. I'll add other things to give it flavor. And I definitely do not want the noodles. I just want the flavor. So, as you can see, I put it in a strainer and I'm letting the flavor come through without the noodles, right? That's what I'm doing. So, guys, I'm at the point where I can actually debone my beef, right? Because these bones, I don't need to have them taking up room in my pot because these are not the kind of bones that you could, you know what? You can't do that with these kinds of bones. These are like some really hard bones. So I don't need to keep these bones because there's no flavor left in these bones. I can't do anything with these bones. So I'm going to debone my soup, okay? So let me give this a taste to see how it tastes, right? Oh, it definitely needs something. So I'll go ahead and I'll put my Maggie cube. I'll give it another stir, right? Just to make sure that that Maggie cube is fully dissolved. And I'll give it another taste, right? Guys, you have to taste your cooking before you serve. Some expert that cook things that they don't actually eat, and it comes out perfect. But I like to taste as I go on. So that's what's happening here. I have to say, as much as I do not want too much salt, some of the food that you prepare, you do have to add a little bit of salt. It doesn't matter what spice or flavor you add to it to bring it all together and to give it that full kick, you need a little salt. And this dish is one of those. You need a little bit of salt, just a little bit of natural salt, and another taste. Yep, that does the trick. I said I was going to put the full pepper, but I'm going to put a half. Let that pepper do the trick. So, yes, guys, I don't think I need anything else here. My soup is almost at the finish line. It has the flavor, it has the texture that I like, and it's good. And I am going to give it a try pretty soon. So, we're waiting for what?
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese to cook. So, yes, guys, it's time to eat. Look at that soup. Absolutely delicious. Look at it. It's perfect in my world. Are you hungry? Come on over. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Guys, my mic died, so I'm doing a voiceover. So you'll realize that, there's some delay going on here. But I just want to say, it came out perfectly and I'm enjoying it. It's absolutely delicious. I'm giving you the eyes closed and the head shake there for a moment. So yeah, you know, I just want to say thank you for coming and spending time with us. I truly, truly appreciate it. Please leave a comment, like the video, and absolutely subscribe. I would definitely appreciate your support. Look, the gang is here with me. That's Lovebug. He wanted macaroni and cheese, so I made that for him. And hubby is going at it. So, yeah, it was a wonderful evening spending time with you. I truly appreciate you. All the best, and thank you so much. So, hi guys. Yes, it's time to eat. Look at the plate. Oh my goodness. That soup is just mouth watering. Look at it. Aren't you hungry? Am I making you hungry? Sure. I'm ready to give you some. Wow, look at it. Just look at it. Yep, easy, easy, nothing hard, just what is in your refrigerator. Now, look, I'm gonna taste it with you. We're gonna enjoy it. Yes, yep. Whoa. Mm, 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 mm. That's a eye close and a shake head. Absolutely delicious. Just delicious. Let me tell you something. I am enjoying it. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, 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 yes. The gang is here, and yep, they're going for it. Absolutely. Let me show you them. There they go. Love Bug. Look at Love Bug. And that's hubby. They're going for it. Love Bug is having mac and cheese. He wasn't having my soup. But that's okay. He can have his mac and cheese. I'm enjoying my soup. So, guys, I just want to say thank you for spending your quality time with me. We absolutely appreciate it. And if you like what's happening here, please subscribe, like, and share, right? Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.